Dáme a pánové, já jsem u pokračování ze hry Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. V minulý epizodě jsme, tak tady můžete vidět, jsme hráli 35 minut, jsme měli epizodu, kde jsme vlastně se dostali na hlavní deck, kde jsme zjistili destinaci té lodě. Měli jsme prvního bose a teď momentálně musíme jít do, jak se mu říká, kurva, do podpalubí. A momentálně jsme teď v místnosti, takhle jak se, jo, už tam vidím, já jsem piče slepá, jenom v engine roomu, takže teď jsem přešel přes engine roomu do podpalubí, což je krátká lokace, takže tady epizodě určitě doděláme tady tu tanker pasáž a začneme tu plantovou pasáž.
Please don't.
Tady schováme toho kretina do skříně, protože za to je rovnou trofej, tak si ji rovnou splníme, když už jsme tady. Za ten už se opravdu omlouvám, ale nevím proč, ale už ty vole, tak dobrý měsíc už mám kurva chrchel do piče, pod do toho jsem byl jak stýpadají, ty vole. A už mi to krapitek začíná taky srát. Tak my jsme to vždycky mohli přeručkovat na druhou stranu tudy má. Vím, že vzhledem k tomu, že nemáme moc dobrý grip, tak je to takový riskantní, takže dáme sniperem debila. Teď si počkáme na tady toho kreténa. To mě.
Are you going to shoot me? Freeze.
Tak, to bychom měli.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol of the small room on the port side.
Tak.
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives.
So this is what they were talking about.
Looks like it. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds about right.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but there are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you see the thing with blinking green lights right next to the explosives? That's the control unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the sensors stop functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out. But the M9's knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun.
Tak jo. Tak, takže se podíváme termovizi. Protože díky tomu vidíme ty lasery. Takže aspoň budeme vědět, jestli jsme skurvili senzory nebo ne. Jo, tady máme náhodou senzor, očividně. Tak. Stupujeme si na špičky. Šipry. Senzorík. A máme to. Deck 2. Port.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Somebody there? Who's there? Don't sneak up on me like that.
Jo, tady to je taková jedna zajímavá skrytá věc, kterou moc lidí asi neví. Že takhle můžete vlastně takhle mít takovou dobrou scénku.
Nah, it was just my imagination playing tricks on me.
Freeze.
Tak jo. Ještě tady by měl být nějaký debil. Tady je jiný songy, jiný disco, trisko.
Freeze.
Don't kill me.
Musím hlavně sbírat těch tý známek co nejvíc, co jde, protože na to je potom trofej, že musíte tady sbírat. Hele, to je ten dubber, ty vole, ze Skyrimu, nice.
Freeze.
No! Please don't.
We have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir. goes there?
Mám tady přestřelku. Kurva. Je to docela těžký, no, jako... To vám k hovnu, protože jenom video vidíte. Čuráku. To byl granát? Píči, to byl granát. To, ty mají fakt přesný granáty, ty kundy. Kurva, ne. To je něco stýpnout. Dobrý, to bychom měli. Fíha. No, původně jsem měl plánu snažit nepoužívat ty zasraný lékárničky, neboť to vám taky sníží trošku rating, ale... Kurva, co se dá dělat. Lepší tohle, než chcípnout.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear...
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake, let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
No, jako tady máme možnost vzít to vlastně vrškem, což vlastně bychom si museli takhle zvýšit staminu. Tím vlastně, že budeme takhle furt skákat dolů a nahoru, což bychom vlastně možná i mohli zkusit. Je to zdlouhavá metoda, ale funguje to docela efektivně, jako ne, že ne. Hlavně normálně byste museli udělat jakoby 100 zhybů, jo, což si vlastně dělá tak, že vlastně budete vyset a podržíte L2, R2 a takhle uděláte takhle jakoby, že se podíváte, takže vlastně jste dělali vlastně jakoby zhyby. Jenom, že 100 zhybů je docela kurva moc, že ano. Takhle stačí jenom udělat 10krát tady ten přítah nebo zachycení. Což vlastně teď to máme už 8krát, myslím, že ještě tady 3krát, takže ještě to 7krát. Co čekám přemýšlím o tom, že bychom možná mohli asi udělat střih, abych tady zbytečně nestrávil epizodu, nebo zbytečně tady nestrácel čas, takže yeah. Jakmile budeme mít grip na maximum, tak si uvidíme. Tak, už to máme, dáme pár lekcí, tak máme grip na trojce, což znamená, že teď vlastně vydržíme delší dobu ručkovat, protože bychom měli grip na jedničce, to bychom se rozbili už tady nějak. Kdybychom to měli na dvojce, tak to jen tak stihneme, ale na trojce to je prostě jistotka, takže to prostě přeručkujete, i kdybyste kurva nechtěli.
It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the military, seeking to control national affairs.
Jak jsme začali, tak máme už jenom minutu 40, ale on, až ten speech bude končit, tak on udělá ještě další speech. Myslím, že tak na 3 minutky, nebo jak dlouho to tam je, tak nějak, takže bychom měli být v sajku.
This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease, rest a little.
Tady jsou různý kamerový shoty potom. Tady to vlastně můžete vzít 3 různýma cestama. Takhle vrchem, normálně spodem a pak šachtama úplně dole. Pod tím pódiem.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
gear.
The proliferation and
Tak
development
jo.
of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NVT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility.
Freeze.
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype, designed to be operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by tele-existence and an autonomous control system.
Good.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
Good.
Intruder to the left!
Ty pičo, tak jsem se ale fakt posral. Já jsem věděl, že on tady to bude dělat, tady tu sviňáru, ale ty pičo, já jsem to čekal už teď, tak ty jsem se fakt lekl.
Intruder to the left!
Ty pičo.
Intruder to the right! Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray. Stay on your guard at all times.
Good.
Getting back to the topic at hand. The importance of next technology such as
Kdybychom to teďkon, kdyby tady to fungovalo stejně jako ve třetím díle Metal Geara, tak by nás ty vole tam kolonér už viděl už odsaď. Tak jo, uploadneme fotky. Máme ještě 16 vteřin, úplně krásně to stěli se ním bez toho, že prodloužilo asi bylo 2 minutky navíc potom.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. The next one's... Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. And the next one is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view. So, what's the last one gonna be? You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gurlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one! Gurlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch!
Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's arm.
Have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
As planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Demands.
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
OK, dámy a pánové, takže momentálně teď jsme v části, kde hrajeme za Raidena, což je kompletně nová postava, kterou spoustu lidí nemělo rádo. Já bych se přiznal, tak kurva.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
Change your heading with the left stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions.
The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
Abych se přiznal, tak když jsem tady tu hru vlastně hrál poprvé, tak jsem byl trošku debil. A trošku mi nedošlo, že to vážně není Snake, kurva. A jo, jsem fakt píča. A hlavně, upřímně, já Raidena jako postavu jako, mi extra nevadila jako tady v tom díle. Jako jo, chápu, že spousta lidí byla nasrána, že právě čekali, že budou hrát za Solid Snakea vlastně, že jo. A vzhledem k tomu, že vlastně, když jsme se potom vlastně, když jsme zapli tu hru, tak jsme vlastně za Snakea hráli jenom maximálně v té tankerové části, ale potom už vůbec. Po zbytek hry, jenom za Raidena čistě, protože chápu, že spousta lidí byla nasrána. Ale upřímně mě Raiden jako postava nevadí, protože Raiden actually je docela dost dobrá postava, má dost dobrý backstory hlavně, který jako se dozvíme v průběhu hry, respektive hlavně spíš na konci hry. A jako jo, ty on. Musím říct, že jako Raiden je jedna z mých oblíbených postav, samozřejmě Snake je prostě jako na prvním místě, ale Raiden je fakt jako dobrá postava. Hlavně dostal dost dobrý, jakože takový menší redemption arc v Metal Gear Solid 4 a potom v tom svém samostatném dílu, který je vlastně Rising Revengeance, který jsem vlastně natáčel v první epizodu, ale už jsem se tomu nevrátil, protože no, víme jaký důvod byl. A doufám, že ten Rising Revengeance taky dají na PS5, respektive protože to remasternou. Protože jsem si fakt zahrál a je fakt dobrý.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gorlukovich man.
Gorlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Tak, jak jsem všiml, tak nemáme vůbec radar, protože teď tady budou takový speciální počítače, nody, který vlastně nám zajistí to, že si vlastně zapreme minimapu, což teď to vlastně za začátku bude docela dost ostrý, protože nemáme ani gunu. Proto si budeme muset skočit na úplně jiný odlehčený, na úplně jiný místo, ke kterému nás hra nenavede. A vzhledem k tomu, že mám docela dobrý knowledge, a je tady Snake, tak tady vím o některých věcech, které dost často lidi neví. Nebo nevěděli aspoň.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
No, my tady můžeme dělat takovou jednu vychcenou věc. Protože tady ty kokoti se vzbudějí, jakmile aktivujeme ten node. Cože ale my můžeme udělat, to je takovou vychcenou věc. Oni se nezbudějí teďko, no. Do té doby, dokud to neaktivujeme. Tudíž uděláme takovýhle trošku zdlouhavější proces, který nám ale rozhodně ulehčí jakoby potom, jakoby to, že nebudeme muset zbytečně těm kritérům tady vyhýbat potom. A už budeme čekat na ten výtah. A to je to, že ty kokoty prostě jenom otáhneme do skříně a zavřeme je tam, protože ze skříně už nemůžou enemáci odejít. Tam jsou prostě staklí do konce svého posledního života. Tak kamaráde, užívej. Tady ty zelený kodeky asi nebudem tak často takový poslouchat, tady to je myslím, že stejně kodek ohledně toho, že můžeme prostě jakoby grabnout a otáhnout, což už ale víme, že jo. Ale některé ty kodeky můžeme třeba když pak... Olvám se, můžeme když pak jakoby si odposlechnout, ale rozhodně tam ty červený kodeky bych chtěl nechávat, protože jsou důležitý ty červený, který se zapnou automaticky. Jako budu se snažit tady nechávat všechny ty kodeky přehrát. Problém je, že oni jsou ve dvojice, jsou ty kodeky docela fakt kurevsky do piče dlouhý, takže jako ty vole, potom ty vole, aby se vůbec stihl tu epizodu nějak jako v rozhodném čase, ty vole. Tak, teďka vlastně už jenom počkáme na výtah, ať mi nakývám kodek, tady kodek nose a tam do prdele. Jméno? Není problém, čeče. Do piče. Počkej, moment, ne, my to děláme chybu. Takhle už se nejmenuju. Takhle. Toto jest moje jméno nyní. Prosím, Czech Republic bych tady ocenil. Aha. Na PS2, v té původní verzi, tak se tam dokonce mohli dát i rok. A když se to hráli v den vydání, nebo v den vydání, když se to hráli na den svých narozenin, tak vám to vždycky vyzvučuje hezky Happy Birthday, takže to je docela cool. Tak, let's do this. Stávání 100%. Tak, typ 1, všechno stejný. Kurva, typ 1. Exit. Počkej. Yeah.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something
Ty vole, to je zase tohle, ona se furt bude ptát, to vole.
Oh well, I'll keep trying till I hear the answer.
Ona se furt bude ptát, co je dneska za den.
Jack. Take care.
Je to naše výročí, já vím, ale já jsem kokot zapomnětlivý. Tak, každopádně pánové, tady by bylo pro dnešní epizodu všechno. Doufám, že se vám ta epizoda líbila. Pokud ano, to bude, když se necháte like, odběr, komentář a u další epizody se uvidíme, takže zatím.